Transcript services compared, the latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. Neither Apple or Spotify support the new podcast transcript tag yet, but transcripts are supported on websites and in some new podcast apps. So Dan Barnett has evaluated about 15 different tools so far. He's written about the first few on his website, including Microsoft Word and Otter AI, and wonders if anybody is interested. We're interested. Insider claims that podcasting's listener growth has slowed, though ad revenue is still growing at double-digit rates. Podcasting's next frontier is beyond North American markets, the article concludes. Blueberry's CEO Todd Cochran says that the company is 95% complete for their dashboard customers in adding a pile of Podcasting 2.0 tags and features. They'll release them come the new year, and when they finish testing, he also says that value for value is almost ready. And what does Apple know about me personally? I wondered. So I made a personal blog post all about it, and it turns out Apple Podcasts keeps a document called Podcasts Playstate, knowing what podcasts you listened to. Well, if you use Apple Podcasts as your daily podcast app, which I don't, I'd love to see your version of that file. I'll keep it anonymous, don't you worry. You can request your data from Apple in a link you'll find in our show notes and our newsletter today if you're up for it. And in podcast news, Excuse My Zambian is one of 5 podcasts from the African country of Zambia, highlighted by the podcast host today. It tells of the histories and traditions of about 72 different tribes who form the country. Chris Kramitsos from Podfest Expo joins Todd and Rob in this week's new media show with a look ahead at the event in Florida this January. And Making Creativity Pay is from Dan Barnett, yes, the same bloke who wrote about transcription. It's an interview with creators and notes that getting fairly paid for the time, effort and expertise you put into something shouldn't be a bad thing. Guests include Suchandrika Chakrabarti and Mark Steadman. And that's the latest from our newsletter. To read all the stories and subscribe, we're at podnews.net.